The inner economy. My name is Fenwick. This is a place where we explore invisible forces and matters that shape how we think and grow. The forces inside us that create everything outside us. Today's episode is called The Untold Truth About Money: How to Build Wealth from Nothing. The previous episode was Stop Blending In. You were never meant to fit in. If you didn't watch that, it's in the list. You will find it and have a look at it. So today we talk about money. Let's talk about something that everyone wants but few understand: money. The paradox of money. They say money makes the world go round, but the real truth, money doesn't make the world go round. Value does. Money is only the shadow cast by value. And yet, most people chase the shadow instead of learning how to create the light. We spend we spend our lives trying to earn it, to save it, to keep it. But the truth is, money was never meant to be chased. It was meant to be attracted through value, through purpose, and through contribution. Let's look at the system and the illusion. Think about this. From childhood, we were taught how to earn money, and we were never taught how to create money or value. Schools gave us grades, but not leverage. Schools trained us to memorize, not monetize. We graduate, get a job, and start trading hours for income, hours for money. But here is the catch. The moment you stop working, the income stops too. That's not wealth, that is survival. The middle class works for money, but the wealthy build systems so that money works for them. And the systems, the one we were raised in, rewards predictability and conformity, not creativity. It keeps you on the loop: and spend, borrow, and spend, borrow. This loop keeps the economy moving forward, but it rarely moves you forward. Let's look at the education system. Let's pause for a moment and talk about the education system that shaped and molded most of us, how we think and how we do things. The education system. Education system is one of the humanity's greatest inventions, but also one of its most limiting. We were trained to follow instructions. We were trained to raise hands, to seek permission, to color within the lines. We were rewarded for getting the right answers, not for asking better questions. We were told that success comes from compliance, from doing things the right way, from pleasing authority, from fitting into the system. But wealth has never been built that way. True wealth comes from curiosity, from courage, from breaking patterns and creating new ones. The classroom conditioned us to wait for permission, to carry our hands before we do something. But the marketplace rewards those who take initiative, rewards those who take action first. The education system taught us to find jobs, not to create value. It taught us how to follow rules, not how to rewrite them. And so many brilliant people remain trapped in survival. not because they lack intelligence, but because they were trained to be predictable instead of being powerful. We must therefore unlearn some of what schools taught us, not to disrespect the education system, but to expand it. Because the future doesn't belong to those who memorize information, but it belongs to those who can transform that information. The awakening. Here is where everything changes. There are actually three economies operating at the same time. The first one is the external economy, the jobs, the market, the headlines. This is where everyone fights for opportunity. The second one is the digital economy. This is where knowledge, content, automation multiply everything 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times. But beneath the external economy and the digital economy lies the inner economy, your beliefs, your habits, your mindset, and your ability to create value completely from nothing. You can be broke in the external economy, but rich in the inner economy because your ideas, your relationships, and your skills are your capital. That is where real wealth begins. The three invisible laws of wealth. Let's break down wealth creation, which follows three invisible laws. The first law, value creation. You create wealth the moment you solve a problem that really matters. It could be a product, it could be a service, it could be an idea, or anything that improves the lives and the well being of others. Money flows to the person who provides clarity where there's confusion and solutions where there was a frustration or a problem. Law number two, the value exchange. Once you can create value, you need a system that will exchange that value. That system could be a business, could be a brand, could be a YouTube channel, the one you are watching. It's how your ideas meet the market. If you can help 10 people, you can make income. If you can help 10,000, you can build wealth. If you can help a million, you can be a billionaire. Law number three, value expansion. True wealth is created through leverage. And when we talk about leverage, we talk about media, we talk about technology, we talk about capital, we talk about people, we talk about systems. It's when your value multiplies even when you are sleeping. You stop asking, how much can I earn from my time? And start asking, how far can my value travel without me being there physically? A teacher can record one lesson and sell it to 1,000 students worldwide. That is leverage. A small entrepreneur can build systems to deliver services or products automatically. That is scale. Or a young creator can share an idea that reaches millions of people. That is influence. These people didn't start rich, they started resourceful because wealth isn't about what you have, it's about what you can make happen with what you have. The mindset shift. The wealthy see money differently. To them, money is not the goal, money is the feedback. It's how the word says, thank you for creating value. It's how the word says, thank you for helping me solve a problem. The poor chase income, the wealthy chase impact. And that is why their income keeps finding them. Every shilling, every dollar, every cent you earn is a certificate of service that you offer. a proof that you've made someone's life easier, better, faster, or convenient. So instead of you asking, how can I make more money? Start asking, how can I solve bigger problems? Because when you expand the size of the problem that you solve, you expand the size of the wealth that you attract. So, where do you start if you have nothing? Start with what you know. Start with what you've learned through experience. Start with what frustrates you the most, because that might be the same problem that you are born to solve. Take one skill, package it, share it, teach it, sell it, rinse and repeat. You don't need capital to start building wealth. You need clarity, you need consistency, and you need the courage to do all that. The closing truth. This is the untold truth about money. Money is a reflection of the person you've become. If you grow your inner economy, your mindset, your discipline, your ability to see opportunities, the outer economy will eventually grow to match it. Because wealth is not built in the bank, wealth is built in the mind. Thank you for tuning in to the inner economy. If this episode spoke to you, share it with someone who is still chasing money, because they deserve to learn how to attract it. Remember this, that wealth doesn't start with what you earn, it starts with what you understand. My name is Fenwick, and this was the untold truth about money. Until next time, build your inner economy, and the outer one will follow. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.